Hi there, I'm Christina from hairromance.com. Now I want to share a few mistakes you're probably making with your Dyson Airwrap. And I say you, but most likely talking about me as well, because I was definitely doing this at the beginning. The first mistake is your hair is too wet when you want to curl it. You really need to use the hairdryer attachment to get your hair so that it's damp but not wet. If you touch your hair and it's leaving water on your hands, it's too wet to be able to, and too heavy to be able to curl around the actual barrel. And so it needs to still be damp but not wet. The second mistake though is that your hair is too dry. As you're doing your hair, it can take a little bit of time to get through all of it, especially if you have a lot of hair like me. And so you might need to use like a water spray just to add a little bit more moisture into your hair. The Airwrap works using air mostly more than heat, which is why it's so great for your hair. But if your hair is already too dry, it can't actually change shape and your curls won't last as well. So you need to make sure that your hair is damp using a light water spray, and then make sure that you use the cool shot. Well, I'm going on to the next mistake already. Mistake number 3 is not using the cool shot properly. The actual power button has 2 settings. You actually press it up and it turns on, but then you push it up and it goes up to the cool shot. The cool shot is the most important part of using the Airwrap, because it's not about how you heat your hair, it's how you cool your curl that makes it last and keeps its shape. And while using just the cool shot button, it won't get really cold, but it'll get to more of a cooler temperature, and that's really what you want to set your curl. So I probably use the heat for maybe a count of 2 or 3, max 5 seconds of heat for every curl, but I'm using at least a count of 5 to 10 for the cool, just to make sure that it's completely cool. And I find that the curl that comes from cooling it just lasts better like this. It gets super bouncy and it lasts for days. This next mistake a lot of us make when we're using heat styling products, and that's not using a heat protectant. Although the Airwrap is lower heat, it still is heat, and you want to reduce that damage on your hair, and using a heat protectant will really be key. But using the right product for your hair, I really like to use a mousse when I'm doing a curl like this, because I find it gives my hair that little bit more hold. It still gives it a heat protection, but it's not heavy and it's not too sticky, so that works really well. You might find a heat protection spray or a cream works better for your hair. I'll leave a couple of suggestions of my favorites below. And the 5th mistake I made when I was first using the Dyson Airwrap, especially to curl my hair, is not realizing that there is a learning curve to it. It's so very different and really innovative compared to any other curler. You're not using it like this, you're holding it here. It feels very different. So practice is key. Have a look at a style you want to create and have a few goes. Try to give yourself a bit more time before you're going out if you want to use it then, or practice on a day when you're just going to be at home, so that you actually get to know exactly how it works and how long it takes you to do your hair. And watch that time. You'll know before you know it, you'll be doing it in half the time. The first few goes I used the Airwrap, it took me a while. I was really concentrating on it. Now I can do it really quickly in between doing my makeup, and it's very fast. I love that it also leaves a lot of volume, and my hair's never been healthier, and I really think it's all to do with the Airwrap. So if you've been making any of these mistakes too, don't worry at all. You're not alone. These are all things I did at the start of using the Airwrap. And for me now, it's one of my favorite styling tools. So if you have any questions, drop them below or send me a message. I'm on Instagram at hairromance. And hit subscribe so you'll be the first to see my next videos. Thank you so much for watching and have fun with your hair. See ya.